Today we have a 2015 Z06, and this is a track package. This thing is amazing. It is in for our paint enhancement, but it does have a ton of PPF on it. Can you polish PPF? Let's find out. It's really not in bad shape at all, but he wants the PPF polished to basically bring out the gloss and maybe reduce some hazing and imperfections in the PPF. So we'll see if that's possible. And you can see the PPF here, it's right up to the edge here. Really, it should be farther up on the edge, but you know, whatever. The main purpose of PPF is not for aesthetics, it's for protection. So even if you have lines like that, that's just something sometimes you have to deal with. The most important part is the protection against chips and light scratches. Now, not everything is PPF. It doesn't look like these parts are, but we'll examine them when we pull it into the shop and under the lights. Let's begin with our wash process. So with everything clean and dry, let's examine the paint. And what looks like fading on the PPF is actually just water spots and a little bit of swirling. We have a lot of water spots. Now, we can only go so far with water spots on PPF. So we're gonna see what we can do to actually polish the PPF and make this look better. The center portion here looks really bad. We're going to try a few things and see what we can do to improve that, because that does look horrible. But now the rest of it, as you can see, has water spots. These should be fairly easy to remove. We will see. We don't need to use the PPF polish on this. We're going to use another polish and see what we can do. But that's pretty much what is going on here, is some water spotting. So let's try a couple of combos and see what we can do. Let's start with the hood first. Now I will also be showcasing the ShineMate 15mm Cordless Polisher. I just got this in, and I actually got this from a supplier in Canada, Carzilla. I'll have links down below. The main differences between this and the other SPTA polisher that we use is this is a little bit quieter and a little bit smoother. But we have been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I have to say that as far as the work that it can accomplish, it's the same. Really, it's not about the polisher, it's about the polisher. No, it's not about the machine, it's about the polisher. It's not about the machine, it's the person. You know what I mean? So don't think that a tool like this is going to magically transform your polishing if you are a beginner, because it won't. You need to practice on your form. That's basically the thing that you have to do to get better at polishing. Let's try this out. I have a Lake Country orange pad, and we're going to be using the Geon PPF Renew. I'm only going to start with about that much. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, it's not going to completely restore it, but you can see, yeah, you can see a difference. It took away the haziness, but remember, with an older vehicle, 2015, we can't bring this back to new. We just can't. This is the type of thing that will need to just be replaced. That's just it. You can't try to keep it looking new if it already has defects and issues. This is just simply a fact. Go as far as you can, but remember, there is a limit. You can't bring it back to brand new. But that does look pretty good. Not bad at all. Now, when we look at the pad, yeah, we can see it's cleaning up the PPF and the vinyl. Now, that is normal. PPF is very porous. It's going to hold on to junk, and even if you clay it, even if you decon it, be careful with chemicals on it. You can put iron remover on it if you want, but the paint is very, very smooth. But we're talking about grime and dirt and particles that are embedded in the PPF. So this is going to clean that up, so your pad is going to get dirty. That's just what's going to happen. So we're making some progress. As you can see, the PPF here has clarity, and here it's cloudy. And that's really the water spots and a little bit of like oxidation and hazing that's causing that. So it looks way better. It's not perfect. Remember, you cannot compound and try to correct PPF. You are going to be in a world of hurt if you really try to compound this heavily. It's older PPF. It's not the greatest quality. It doesn't have the best clarity either. As you can see, it's kind of like, it's very, very textured. So we're not dealing with the best type of PPF here. So we have to tread lightly and do what we can without going overboard. But I think we are gaining some really good results here. So we're going to continue. Once we get to the door here, this is going to change because this is not PPF'd at all. This is factory paint. So we'll see. That we can cut a little bit harder if we need to. But check out the pad. Yeah, the PPF is really dirty. It's really gross. So we're gonna have to clean our pads often. In fact, I think I need to get my pad washer. So lesson learned. It does not like a wet pad, this polish. It's leaving a lot of weird marks on the paint, and it's not wiping off nicely. So yeah, don't wash with the pad washer when using this product, the PPF Renew. Just simply blow it out or brush it out, and when the pad gets gunked up enough, then wash it and set it aside and dry it and get a new pad, because it does not like a wet pad. So lesson learned. So we're making our way around polishing, and it is looking, wow, it's looking good. It's got little, scratches and imperfections here and there, but overall, a lot of that water spotting is coming out. Not bad at all. So we're restoring clarity. It's looking really good. The top area here is looking really good. The roof is looking awesome. Now I'm going to work on this little area right back here while Wifey polishes the glass. So far, I really love this cordless polisher. It works extremely well. As far as battery life, we are now on 1 bar. I have done half of the vehicle so far, and now it's probably about time to change out the battery. I will run this until the battery dies out completely and then swap it. And same goes for this one. So this has the same body style. So this is a 12mm 3-inch polisher. So it's got the larger form factor, as opposed to this little guy, which is also the ShineMate cordless polisher. But the head swaps out, and you can put other accessories. So this comes as a kit with a bunch of different little add-ons on here as well. So added benefits to this little guy. So the Corvette is pretty much done now. I just have to do a few things like the exhaust tips and just go around and double check, make sure there's no smudges or smears anywhere, but it is looking ridiculous. Look how glossy that is. Now, as far as imperfections go, don't look too closely, but we are able to help this PPF tremendously. The PPF Renew from Geon is pretty good. However, you can realistically use any type of light to medium polish on here with a medium pad and get away with defect removal. It's not a 100% necessary thing to use a PPF specific polish. Yes, there's some added benefits to it. Overall, did I see a big difference between using that or regular polish like I've used in the past? No, not really. You make up your own mind. You do what you want to do if you want to buy that or just use a regular polish. But look how nice it came out. Not perfect. That vinyl needs to be replaced. The only way to make this look perfect again is to replace the PPF and replace the vinyl. That's all you can do. You can restore it to a degree. You can enhance it, make it look better, buy you a couple of years. But eventually, all this PPF needs to be removed and it needs to be repolished and either coated or re-PPF'd if the customer wants to do that. And especially that vinyl, that needs to be replaced because it's not going to look any better than that. But the rest of the vehicle is looking incredible. The gloss is insane. Of course, polishing produces gloss, but also this stuff was kind of the cherry on top. The gloss factor on this stuff is amazing. Pros and cons to this: it's like an old school wax. The application of it, that is. Formulation, of course, very different, but it does boast 12 months. I switched out the applicator. It had this little applicator, but I had another soft little black foam applicator that I switched out because it's softer. This is a little coarse for me. So I wouldn't recommend this for a business, but for DIYers, for enthusiasts, yeah, this is nice. It's definitely that old school feel. So if you have a garage queen, something like this, that you want to just spend the day on and enjoy it and have sore arms at the end of the day, then that may be for you. It's definitely like old school application paste wax. You have to make sure to not get it in corners and crevices. Don't smush it into lettering or emblems. Make sure to be thin with its application and you won't have a problem. Wipe off is like a traditional paste wax. So you do have to rub just a little bit to get it removed properly, or you can use their Fuso coat. This is their spray coating, and you can use this to remove any of that residue if you run into issues. So do you need to use a PPF specific polish? Well, I have polished PPF before with light to medium duty polishes and medium pads, foam pads that is, and had no problems. So are there added benefits to using stuff like this? Well, this is kind of like an all-in-one. It's going to have some protection in it, so you can use it like a PPF renewer to just kind of quickly polish over it, like an all-in-one for PPF. Is it absolutely needed? In my opinion, no, not really. You can just use a regular all-in-one or a regular polish, but it's totally up to you. If you want to use a product like this, if it has impressed you, go for it. Use it. But I have it for now.